one. Welcome to what should be a great Saturday night for the NBA. With Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. Now we've got a chance for our State Farm starting lineups. And guys, what do you think we'll be seeing from Monte Ellis in this one?
Well, he's got so much confidence, Kevin. Ellis is a guy who wants the big shot at the end of games. He's constantly on the attack. He's looking to score. Just one of the most dynamic players in the NBA.
Loves to have the ball in his hands in the big moments and create his own shot, something he does extremely well. And I think he's also improved at working without the ball to get his offense, which makes him extra dangerous.
And, of course, Kevin Garnett. He is still out of the lineup.
Kevin, yeah, he got injured a few games ago, and it's been tough without him.
Yeah, we've seen what a different team they are without him on the floor. It hasn't been a pretty picture.
Now here's Rondo. Bass, defended by Ilyasova. Bass passes to Rondo. Brandon Jennings comes up with a rebound.
Rajon Rondo's one. Oh, my goodness. What a huge play.
Boy, that's almost unfair. I mean, who else can you think of with the ability to explode to the rim like that?
Well, there aren't many of them out there, Clark. You're absolutely right. Steve, unbelievable.
Yeah, that's the reason the fans love watching this guy. He's one of the league's top athletes.
The Sprite replay really gave you a good look at the action. Now here's Rondo. Bass with a screen for Pierce. Takes it right up. Outside for Rondo. Here's Green. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo.
They love to see him aggressive like that when he's on the floor, especially when the defense gives him room.
Jennings dishes to D'Alembert. The shot's good. Jennings making the play. D'Alembert's got his first basket of the night. Well, it was the Boston Celtics, their last game, a loss to the Philadelphia 76ers.
Yeah, I don't think they enjoyed watching the tape of that loss because there's no question they were the better team going into it, and yet they got completely crushed.
I'm actually still trying to figure out what happened there, Steve. No matter how it looks on paper, you've still got to show up, lace up, and play. It looked like they just weren't interested in being there.
And this will be the first full year in the backcourt together for Jennings and Ellis. And it's going to be very interesting to see how this small, thin lineup will hold up, especially at the defensive end of the court.
And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. Jennings kicks to Ilyasova. Passes it to D'Alembert. Bucks passing it around. Ellis backing down. Fades. And it's another Milwaukee shot right there going in. Steve, as you said, defensively it might be tough getting stopped, but you talk about speed to burn in this backcourt. Boy, both guys can fly.
Yeah, they've got tremendous speed. They get up and down, create a lot of steals defensively, but put pressure on the opponent's defense with the ability to shoot the ball deep and drive it to the rim.
4 on the clock. And the shot is good. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. So the Bucks, their last game, a win against the Wizards in Washington.
And there's no question what the overriding factor was in that game, Clark. It was the big edge they had on the glass.
Well, the level of energy they had in the win, Steve, was what impressed me. I mean, it was lacking on the other side, and it really showed through the rebounding numbers. 4 of 5 to start the game. That's their first miss.
The drive by Rondo. And Jeff Green, the bucket on the assist by Rondo. Green's got 5.
Well, when you watch Doc Rivers communicate with his team, you can see how much respect his players have for him. He's funny, he's smart, he's witty, and he's not afraid to get on his guys either, which I think is important. And they respond to him, no question.
Jennings kicks to Ilyasova. Down low, here is Mbamute. Shot denied. And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Ellis backing down. It's stolen by Rondo. Jeff Green on the wing. He feeds it to Bradley. He passes to Rondo. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And for Coach Doc Rivers of the Boston Celtics, great charisma. Truly, Steve, a player's coach. He's very intuitive. I think the way he maneuvers around the profession and deals with his players.
And it shows, Kevin, when we have those in-game clips, you know, when the coaches are mic'd up, and sometimes we'll hear comments that Doc is making to his team. It's so great to listen to. He might be my favorite coach to listen to on the sidelines in those circumstances because he communicates so well. He's funny, but he gets his point across. He's tough. Just an amazing coach.
He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line.
And Boston has really kind of set the bar in the Eastern Conference over the last 5 or 6 years. Not quite as effective last year, but they did fare pretty well against their Eastern Conference opponents.
Here is Rondo, following the basket by Brandon Jennings. Steps back and shoots. Bass can't get it to go.
He had a defender draped all over him. Not really the best shot there.
Well, not the shot you hope for when it's well contested like that.
Ellis can't get it to go. And Boston against the East, it was a big part of why they were able to stay in the hunt. 32-16 on the season interconference.
Like every other playoff team in the East, they were able to have a winning record against every Eastern division, but they really took it to the Southeast, which is surprising as that was the toughest division.
Shot clock at 2. Bradley. Again, the miss by the Celtics. The Bucks have gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. Here's Jennings. Shot is off. Great D that time from Green. Now it's sent it down to Doris Burke, who is able to catch up with Coach Doc Rivers.
And of course, he said a big key for them will be trying to minimize Monte Ellis's impact offensively. He added, he's one of the best in the league at blowing by his defender and finishing at the rim. We've got to force him left, and then at the other end, make sure we go at him defensively and see that he expends some energy there as well. Kevin, defense not Ellis's strong suit. It seems like a smart plan.
Thanks, Doris. Pierce against Nba2K13. Pierce, the pass to Bradley. The dish now to Rondo. Lock at 6. Pierce. Wide open look. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Rondo's got 3 assists tonight. He kicks it to Jennings. There's the pass to Ilyasova. It's back to Jennings. Rebounded by the Celtics. This is the second time they've matched up against Milwaukee.
Yeah, it was a big loss, pretty much pure domination. And I thought the key was the rebounding total. I mean, it was ugly. They were completely dominated on the glass. That's going to have to improve tonight.
He dishes it to D'Alembert. It's back to Jennings. Dishes to Ellis. And there's the feed to D'Alembert. Feeds to Ellis. And that one's good. Ellis has got 9. Steve said it. They were atrocious on the glass when they last met. What do they need to do, Clark, to change that in this game?
Well, a couple of things. One, they need more bodies in the paint. I mean, you got to have more bodies in the paint. Then you've got to be ready to box out. They left 1 or 2 guys on an island down there, and you can't do that. That's not going to work.
Drew Gooden has checked in for Milwaukee. And the Celtics also making a change. Melo's checked in. Boston trailing. Outside Rondo. Bradley. He's guarded by Ellis. And he drops it in from the low post. Bradley's got his first bucket in this one.
Avery Bradley, coming out of high school, was considered an elite prospect, an All-American. He didn't really dominate in his only year at Texas and hurt his ankle prior to the 2011 draft workouts. That caused him to fall to the Celtics late in the first round.
Here's Rondo, following the basket by Brandon Jennings. Back to Rondo. kicks it to Green. Puts the lead pass in front of him. Melo kicks to Green. The monster one-hand slam.
Well, it's been back and forth. Really good battle here.
Yeah, real strong battle, guys, and it looks like it may come down to which team has the ball last as far as who wins.
And the Celtics really like the athleticism and great perimeter defense they saw, Stephen, in Bradley. People went on to say he's one of the best on-ball defenders in the NBA.
No question, but what I like about him, Kevin, is that he improved his offensive game dramatically last season as well. He's a great weak side cutter. He really finds his way to the basket for easy layups, and his jump shot has improved as well.
Here's Ellis after Rajon Rondo's bucket. Ilyasova dishes to Jennings. Passes it to Nba2K. The shot's good. Jennings making the play. Jennings has got his 4th assist in this one.
Been a little too easy for them inside, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think so, Steve. I mean, they've really dictated the action in the paint. That's been their focus, and the defense hasn't mounted much resistance at all.
Here's Green. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Well, we look at Jeff Green out of Georgetown here playing at the small forward. Really a combo. He can play either the 3 or the 4. I think what makes him tough is that he can handle the ball like a 3, but he's got the size of a power forward.
The first free throw is good. And when you look at Jeff Green, he's got the quickness to play the 3, but he can post up on others at small forward.
Yeah, I like him best at small forward, Kevin. He's more comfortable, I think, in quickness matchups than he is in the strength and bully ball matchups. And his rebounding numbers less of an issue when he's playing small forward.
A platoon swap here for Milwaukee.
Milwaukee made the move to try and get back into the playoffs last season, but ultimately they came up short, in part because they didn't protect their home floor enough.
Here's Clark. 14 points from him the last game against Washington.
Put in a lot of good work on the boards. That helped them too.
Back to the Milwaukee Bucks. It wasn't the same intensity from the fear of the dear days last time when they played at home, and it cost them, Steve.
Well, they were a mediocre team, and you know that's what average teams do is they go 17-16, which is what the Bucks did a year ago. So they're trying to take that next step. They need more firepower offensively. So we'll see if they can continue to improve that roster.
And the Bucks making a change here. Dunleavy's checked in, and then for Boston, Collins checked in for Wilcox, and it's Dueling in for Jeff Green, and he's good on the second.
I'll tell you, it had been some time coming, but really last year the dominant core that the Celtics had been built around started to show their age at times.
Now here's Lee, outside Terry, can't get it to go. Here's Clark. He feeds it to Udo, stolen by Dueling, and they're pushing it up. Lee, the dish to Dueling. Puts it up from 12. It's hauled in by Harris. Harris has got his 3rd rebound on the night. And the Celtics, Steve, as you mentioned, they seem to realize that the window was closing as the team got older. In fact, there is some age on there, and hopefully they can navigate that and play a few more years together.
Yep. Well, at the trade deadline, they explored a lot of options to maybe try to get younger to bring some youth in, but they decided to stick with it. Had a strong playoffs, and now a new-look roster, some new pieces, but still equipped to compete.
Well, you take one look at Jared Sullinger, and the first thing you see is that lower body strength. He's just rock solid, and you can't push him out of the paint, so you've got to try to keep him away from the ball before the ball comes to him. Try to beat him to position, because otherwise he'll just root you out of it.
Yeah, he will give you the lower body root canal, no question about that. He knows how to use that ample backside of his to get defenders off of him and to find ways to get his shot up and over taller defenders.
Dueling with it. Pass to Terry. Takes a 3. That's in there. Dueling with the assist. Terry's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
It's amazing to think that Scott Skiles, the Bucks coach, is in his 13th season as a head coach in the NBA, 4th with Milwaukee. He's a very defensive-minded, no-nonsense type of guy.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Shooting for Milwaukee.
With the break in the action, here is the 2K leaderboard to show us the league's best shooting teams last season. 5th on the list, the Celtics.
Well, I thought, Kevin, they had great productivity from their shooters last year. The guys they were counting on to knock down a high percentage of their shots, they did that. And they hope to see those same kinds of numbers this year.
And he knocks down the first one. And you know, Steve, this Milwaukee Bucks team continuing Coach Scott Skiles' track record of improving teams at the defensive end. He did it in Chicago. He's doing it again in Milwaukee.
Well, he demands a lot of his players at that end of the floor, Kevin. You know, if they guard like he wants, then he'll give them more freedom offensively. But it all starts at the defensive end for Scott Skiles, and his teams know that. Well, I was impressed with the Bucks a year ago, guys. The bounce back from a tough 2010-2011 season. Milwaukee fought hard all the way through the end of the regular season and stayed right on that playoff cusp throughout. It has been all offense here early.
It sure has been. I mean, both teams clicking, and it's been an entertaining game as well, guys.
Here's Dunleavy. Harris misses. Well, even though they didn't get back in the playoffs and Milwaukee again missed, I think the Bucks showed everybody that they mean business by going for it and playing Clark to the bitter end.
Yeah, I agree with that, Kevin. You want to finish strong as best you can, so going for it like they did in a season where there wasn't a lot of hope can inspire a team, and we'll see if that's the case this year.
Here's Jennings. Jason Terry picking up that last basket. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Terry. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. And again, it's Boston converting. And Milwaukee has possession. 9-point game. Jennings kicks to Harris. It's Ellis on the wing. Off the pick. And the jumper falls for him. Ellis has got 11.
He's been hot for most of this game, and if he keeps it up, his team could turn things around.
24 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Terry, that's a 2. Rebound, Milwaukee. Harris has got rebound number 5 here tonight. He kicks to Ellis. It's back to Jennings. Ball's knocked loose. Out to Harris. From deep three-point range. And he beat the buzzer. But it's no good. And they're scoring.
See the show and make yourself heard. Come out.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. What do you guys think about the Celtics here in this one?
And I thought the key to that first quarter, guys, was the turnovers they faced with that aggressive defense.
Well, the defense, as you said, Steve, has been really aggressive, and it's paid off for them a few times already.
So with Ellis sitting on the bench, here's the group that Scott Skiles has on the floor. Clark in at 2-guard. Gooden is out there with John Henson. And it's Udrich. And it's Ilyasova in at the 3. And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, guys, cool hands in the last outing against the Wizards made some terrific plays. He ended with 14 points, and in addition to his scoring, he also came away with a season high for rebounds. He was just too much to handle as he came off the bench to turn in a great outing, guys. They hope it continues.
And Doris obviously helping their cause, Clark in a huge way.
Feels good to come off a game like that, but I always say each game you got to treat as an individual task. It's an entity in and of itself. Go out at the start fresh and don't rely on your past performance.
Yeah, but you can use that performance, Clark, for confidence and just for your overall makeup as a player, how you feel about yourself going into the next one. So there can be some carryover effect.
Here's Dooling following the bucket by the Bucks. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. And Bradley gets it to go.
He is so good at working himself into the open spots on the floor inside that three-point line.
And there's the pass to Clark. He passes to Henson. He dishes it to Clark. 6 to shoot. Shoots over Bradley. And another basket for Milwaukee. Here's Dooley. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Pierce defended by Ilyasova. Free throw line jump shot. Again, Pierce missing.
Well, last season for Paul Pierce, not as efficient as what we're used to seeing. Some of that is the injury to his foot that he had at the beginning of the season. He had to play his way into shape. But once he got clicking after the All-Star break, he was fantastic.
And Boston has possession following the bucket by the Bucks. And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. And for Paul Pierce, the strong second half of the season mirrored what the Celtics team did as a whole.
Well, they've been written off, Kevin, and that's a very prideful bunch with championship pedigree and Hall of Fame players. And a credit to the Celtics organization for being patient. Even though they didn't win it all, they deserved that chance to go for it.
We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Ellis gets to Jennings. Dishes it to Nba2K13. Over Lee. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
You know, that mid-range jump shot is not his strong suit, even when he gets a good look like that.
They set the pick. The drive by Rondo. Collins, good. And it's a 7-point Celtic lead.
That's what a good solid screen will do for you. Gets you a good look at the hoop.
Now the feed to Ellis. Over Lee. Shot is blocked. Nba2K13. And he drops it in following the offensive rebound. Nba2K13's got his third basket of the night. Rondo kicks to Sullinger. Gathers. Green. There's the three. And it's Dunleavy with the rebound. Feeds it to Jennings. Second shot opportunity. And he finishes at the rack. Jennings has got 6.
Textbook offensive rebounding right there. I love that. Those putbacks are buckets any team loves to get.
Green gets a screen from Sullinger. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
I'll tell you guys, it's great to see Jeff Green back on the court after missing all of last season following a very serious heart surgery. They repaired an aortic aneurysm, something that a few other NBA players have dealt with, including Ronnie Turioff. So hopefully he'll be healthy and back on his game this year.
Free throw good, Green. And Jeff Green, kind of a combo forward, played a lot of power forward with the Thunder, Clark, and more at small forward, it seems like, with the Celtics.
Well, I love his versatility. It's so valuable to have a guy like him, Kevin. I think he's a little better defensively on the perimeter than he is on the post, in the post rather, but coaches can look at the matchups and determine where to play him situation by situation, and he can add value to you.
And both free throws good for Green.
You know, the area where the Celtics started to struggle last year was winning games on the road. That's something they had done pretty well in previous seasons, but they were very inconsistent away from Boston last year.
Celtics leading by 5. Outside Rondo. Pass with a screen for Green. Kicks to Lee. Back to Green. And the basket good. Green's got 4 points now in the quarter. And for the Celtics, a lot of those close ones they were used to being able to pull out on the road seemed to go, Clark, I think, the other way last season.
They sure did, and all those losses added up as they ended with a road record of 15. Oh, what a throwdown there. Man, did you see that?
Oh, we got to see that one again, guys. We've got to see that again.
I need a replay. I'm not sure what I just looked at.
And the replay, of course, presented by Sprite. What a play. Bucks have gone 6 of 11 from the floor. Over 50% shooting here in the second quarter. And here's Jennings. He's coming off a 28-point game against the Wizards in Washington. Ellis, the pass to Udo. Shot clock at 6. Back to Ellis. Takes it up. That's good. Ellis has got 13 points.
You know, he got one step ahead of the defense on that one. Excellent job.
Rondo dishes to Terry. Over Ellis. Shot by Terry, no good.
You'd expect him to nail that one being that close to the hoop.
Harris gets to Jennings. It's stolen by Rondo. And now here's Lee. The fast break opportunity. And it's Green with the jam.
Now we're cooking with gas, partner. My goodness.
Yeah, a breathtaking display of aerial supremacy, no doubt.
It's almost unfair, guys. I mean, when you can get up that high, that's crazy.
Back to Ellis. Over Terry. They grab their own miss. No good. Celtics leading by 9. And that one's good. Terry's got 11 points.
Well, I like that he's come up with some big baskets for this team to help him out in getting this lead.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
And the big story with Milwaukee last season, guys, was their divorce with Andrew Bogut. First overall pick in the 2005 draft. He was really looked upon as the foundation, the cornerstone for that club. But injuries kind of derailed what he had accomplished the last few years. And finally, Milwaukee decided to part ways, sending him to Golden State for Monte Ellis.
Ilyasova, he's checked in for Mike Dunleavy. Harris passes to Udo. It's rebounded by Bass. Bass has got 4 rebounds in this game. Outside Rondo to the middle. Terry. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo. Rondo's got his 6th assist on the night. Overall, that trade a bit of a defense for offensive type of trade. The Bucks figured they'd be better off Clark bringing in a proven scorer like Monte Ellis. Put him in that backcourt with Jennings. It was rocket speed up and down and a lot of offense.
Yeah, potential fireworks there because Monte certainly can light it up. What's funny about that trade is that Bogut was the #1 overall pick in that draft, and Monte was a 2nd-round selection years later, though they get traded for each other.
And that one's good. 16 points for Jeff Green.
Offensively just hammering away in the paint.
And that's 10 straight points inside, too.
The Celtics have gone 5 of 7 from the free throw line in the game.
Well, you look back at a season ago, this is a club that made 78% of its shots from the free throw line, so very comfortable with that strike.
And you know, a lot of times, guys, in some of their performances last year, their free throw numbers helped them win games.
Here's Clark. He's covered by Rondo. Ellis right side. Over Terry. And Monte Ellis again. Ellis has got 17 now.
Well, after that strong start to this game, he's really picked it up here in the second.
Pierce, good.
Something has to change, guys. That's 10 straight points coming in the paint against this team.
Well, they got to collapse in there, and everybody's got to be conscious of it. It's a team effort in protecting the paint. Control the ball, and then everybody's got to get in there and keep the defense locked down. Boy, they are really getting chewed up inside here. I mean, that's 8 of the last 10 points they've given up inside, in the paint.
Yeah, and the paint should be sacred ground for a defense. I mean, you can't let anybody just trot in there and get an easy bucket. Strange trend here, guys. They're totally controlling the glass, but they still trail.
You get the feeling that one is going to correct. Either they'll lose their edge on the glass or catch up in points sooner or later. We'll see.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Guys, the Celtics have been one of the top teams in the East, but there is a line of thinking saying they're too old to still contend for a title. Be careful writing them off, though. Last season, they became the first team in 28 years to make the conference finals after sitting with a record under 500 at the All-Star break. Kevin, this team knows how to bounce back.
Such a terrific turnaround. Thanks, Doris. Celtics leading by 10. Dueling dishes to Bradley. Ellis on him. There's a screen. Shot off the screen. Melo kicks to Dueling. Outside Pierce. From downtown. They get it back. They shoot again. Melo's shot is off. Well, with the basket here, they could get back to within single digits. Ellis goes in with the lead pass. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. And the Celtics shooting the ball beautifully in the second quarter. They're at 55% from the field. And Bradley gets it to go.
It looks like he's finding his touch now because the shots are starting to fall.
With a pause in the action, let's show you the teams that were best from the line last season. Fifth on the list, the Celtics.
I think free throw shooting can be contagious, and it seemed like everybody last season just had the hot hand.
And the Bucks with some changes. Mbah-a-Moute comes in for Henson. And it's Udrih in for Monte Ellis. Udrih, the pass to Gooden. Over Melo. And that one's good by Gooden. Gooden's got 4 this quarter.
What a great little run he's on here in the quarter.
From 10 feet out, Julian cannot hit. Bucks trail by 10. Udrih dishes to Mbah-a-Moute.
An open lane right there. Pretty much saw the daylight he wanted and took advantage.
Yeah, great opportunity, and he seized it without much hesitation.
Yeah, a little too easy, if you ask me. The defense really needs to tighten things up here.
Here's the screen. And Julian kicks to Bradley. That's in there. Julian with the assist. Bradley's got 8 points.
I like the job they're doing. A much better job of getting him involved in the offense here in the second quarter.
Udrih, the pass to Clark. 1:29 left in the first half of the game. And play stops as it looks like they call him over the back here.
Well, you like it when a guy goes hard to the boards, but you have to be smart. He went right over his back on that one. Not a good play.
I think he was just over-anxious that time.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Samuel Dallenberg, who's checked in for Gooden. And it's Jennings in for Udrih. Jennings with the ball. He's picked up by Rondo. It's stolen by Rondo. Here's Bradley. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Boy, they were not wasting any time on that fast break.
Well, when it starts with the turnover, that's the best time to get out and run. You can beat the defense down the floor that way.
Well, one of the things you love about Rajon Rondo is, much like Jason Kidd, he's a guy who creates extra possessions for your team because he's a great rebounder. He chases down loose balls. He's got a tendency to play the passing lanes and come up with steals. So really a terrific point guard in a lot of different areas.
Sullinger defended by Ilyasova. Just 5 on the clock. Fires from 14. Sullinger no good. Bucks trail by 10. Jennings kicks to Ilyasova. Clark. The rebound by the Celtics. Collins has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. To the inside. And stolen by Ilyasova. Jennings dishes to Clark. With 2 seconds left. That is good. Clark's got 9.
That's where you like to get shots, inside and close to the hoop.
And that concludes the first half. Celtics lead by 8. And we'll get it going after this from the Bradley Center.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
The weekend is in full swing on a Saturday night. Glad to have you along with us. Boston leading against the Bucks at Bradley Center. A precision offensive attack, maximizing possessions. They're avoiding turnovers. Just a beautiful game tonight. An unbelievable half from Jeff Green. His shooting percentage off the charts right now. He's got the magic touch from the field, no question about it. And for the Bucks, it's a grinded-out effort. They're off to a good start this season, playing with confidence. A great performance by Monte Ellis in the first half. He's been playing well recently, and why would this be any different? Thanks so much for joining me here in studio. Second half action is coming right up, and we hope you enjoy the rest of the game.
The second half just about to get going here. Monte Ellis has been sensational.
The way he's moved through the defense so far through 2 quarters, it's like everybody but him is in slow motion.
Well, he's just that quick going to the basket, Steve. I mean, the help defense just isn't getting there in time, and he's been able to finish.
On the floor for Boston. Rajon Rondo and Avery Bradley out there in the backcourt. Pierce out there with Green, and it's Bass in at the center. Fade away, and that one's good. Clark's got 11 points.
Well, a nice little trend developing here, fellas. I mean, that's 8 of their last 10 from inside the paint.
Yeah, they're getting high percentage looks down there. Their offense is really clicking. I don't see why they wouldn't just continue to pound the ball inside.
You know, this Celtics team that has had so much success in the past half-decade, Kevin, has really been marked by their ability to get good shots at the basket and convert. This is a team that really emphasizes sharing the ball, and last year was no different for them.
Celtics leading by 8. Outside Rondo. Passes it to Green. That doesn't go either for Green. And the Celtics, as you mentioned, Clark, really like to be selective with their shots. It pays off as they have a very high shooting percentage. And Steve, I always like the fact that they get to the position on the floor they feel most comfortable with, and the ball always delivered in the right place.
Yeah, they execute so well, Kevin. I think the pieces really fit together well in this roster. It's one of the reasons they've been in the top 5 in field goal percentage last season and the last several seasons. Along with a tough D, that offensive execution has kind of been the hallmark for these Celtics teams the last few years.
Rondo drives in. The Bucks making a change here. Ilyasova's checked in. Rondo passes to Pierce. Green, defended by Ilyasova. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Green gets it to go.
Everything's going right now. 4 for 5 shooting, 80%. They got their offense clicking.
Jennings against Rondo. Here's Ilyasova. That falls. Great assist by Brandon Jennings. Ilyasova's got his second basket.
And you get a chance to look here at some of the numbers for Ersan Ilyasova. Good season for him last year. Second in three-point field goal percentage. And he was among the top 20 rebounders in the league as well. So this is a guy who had a lot of double-figure nights on the glass.
And the percentage he shot from the three-point line, Steve, was, you know, really kind of video game-like in terms of how good he was from there. More than anything else, I think it was a product of his flawless shooting mechanics. I mean, he's very solid in how he shoots it and how he positions himself to shoot it.
No luck. And it's Boston the other way. Now Rondo. 9 points in the game so far. He feeds it to Green. The shot is off. Bucks trail by 7. And it's Ellis penetrating. Rebound Boston.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for them.
Green kicks to Pierce. There's the dish to Rondo. Back to Pierce. That's good. Pierce has got 10 points.
Well, for him, that finger roll is almost second nature. That's a tough shot for most players.
Clark kicks to D'Alembert. Knocks it down from 7 feet. Celtics leading by 7. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Thank you, gentlemen. Paul Pierce, so respected in the city of Boston. Celtics coach Doc Rivers said he had a chance to leave us when we were bad, and instead, he trusted that we would win a championship one day. I wish people talked about his loyalty more because I think that's special, especially in this day and age. Everybody jumps from team to team, and that's their right. But Paul Pierce decided he wanted to be a Celtic for life. In this day and this time, in any sport, that's special. Kevin, they love him in Beantown.
They definitely do. Thanks, Doris. And up the court come the Bucks on the break. And there's the foul. It goes on cool hands. That's foul number 2 for him.
Well, he was boxed out, and when that happens, at some point you have to just turn and get back defensively. That time he went right over the top.
Yeah, but you go straight on the top of another player's back, that's going to be a foul call every time.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Gooden comes in for Samuel Dalembert, and it's Jennings in for Nba2K13. Boston making some changes. Melo comes in for Chris Wilcox. And it's Terry in for Rajon Rondo. And that one's good by Pierce. Here's Ellis. He's got 22. Pass to Jennings. He kicks to Gooden. Over Melo. Shot by Gooden is no good.
And it is very dangerous to leave him open like that. Lucky break for the defense that he missed it.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Paul Pierce last season passed the legend, Larry Bird, for second all-time in scoring for the Celtics. How about that accomplishment?
And guys, going back to Paul Pierce, for a guy who went through plenty of hurdles and losses early in his career, to win a title in Boston and cement his name in the team record books, I know that's got to feel special. He's been one of the truly great Celtics of all time.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Bass comes in for Paul Pierce. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Courtney Lee. Clark. That's good. Gooden's got 6. Celtics leading by 9. Now here's Rondo. 9 points in the game so far. Terry outside. Lets it go with the 3. Count that one. 16 points for him.
And the Jet, as he's known, is a great shooter, both from mid-range and long range. Can step out well behind that three-point line and knock down the shot. But really what he wants to do is put the ball on the floor a couple times, create the angle, and then rise up over the top and make that mid-range shot.
And Steve, whether starting or coming off the bench, JT is always ready to step into the big moment and knock down the big shot.
Now the defense just couldn't get a hand in his face, couldn't challenge the shot.
Yeah, made his height advantage count that time.
Here's Rondo. Terry outside. Fires for 3. Offensive rebound. And Sullinger kicks to Bass, using his post move to get the 2 points. Bass has got 4 points this quarter. The pass to Ilyasova. He passes it to Clark. Good look. And there are the Bucks with another bucket. Celtics leading by 10. Outside Rondo. He dishes it to Bradley. On the wing, Terry dishes it to Sullinger. Terry dishes to Sullinger. Rondo, 6 on the shot clock. The Celtics need to get a shot off. Bass can't get it to go. The Bucks shooting 56% in this game, really stringing quality possessions together offensively. Here's Jennings, and it's blocked by Rondo. Terry outside. Back to Rondo. The feed to Sullinger. Over Ilyasova. And Sullinger with the basket on the assist by Rondo. Sullinger's got his second bucket of the night.
When the Celtics were at their best during this recent era, they were probably the best defensive club in the entire NBA. But the team has changed. They've gotten smaller. They may be a little better offensively, but they're not really the defensive force they were a few years ago.
Terry, Green for 2 points. Terry's got 18 points. Milwaukee with the ball. Down by 12. And they're off to Philadelphia after this game as they'll take on the 76ers. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them. Well, you look at the stats, and the Celtics were still great as far as opposing field goal percentage goes. And, Steve, you were just talking about defense, but as Steve was just saying, Clark, they looked different to me.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, a lot of it is that they had just such solid physical and mental fiber, and they just seemed to lose a bit of that edge. Still a very good defensive team, but hard to call them the best anymore.
Yeah, and their mental fabric remained intact.
Yes, it did.
Here's Clark, guarded by Bradley. Jennings for three. Rajon Rondo with the rebound.
I don't like his body language, guys, right now. He looks like he's completely out of rhythm.
That's good. Bradley's got 12 in the game. Bucks trail by 12. Feeds it to Gooden. No good. Now Boston takes it the other way. Tries from 10. And Bradley gets it to go. 14 points for him. Milwaukee's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Jennings with the ball. He's picked up by Rondo. Jennings passes to Gooden. That falls. Great assist by Brandon Jennings. Jennings has got 10 assists here tonight. So active. Rondo kicks to Terry. Kicks it to Bradley. Blocked. Over Clark. Bradley can't get it to go. And the Bucks, their shooting has just been outstanding tonight. 56% as a team in this game. Here's Clark. Gooden dishes to Harris. Over Terry. And the basket by Harris.
I'll tell you what, right now that mid-range jumper serving them well.
Yes, it is, guys. That's 6 of their last 10 points coming from that mid-range area.
Rondo passes to Terry. Back to Rondo. Passes to Bass. 18 feet out. Rebound by Ilyasova. Ilyasova's got 5 rebounds tonight. Jennings against Terry. Pulls it from the elbow. Jennings with the bucket. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back.
Well, let's take a look at where Boston ended up, Kevin, last year in the league rankings. 2nd in assists, 5th in field goal percentage. They showed up in the top 5 in free throw shooting. This is a team that took advantage of getting to the line.
And the key really to that club, in my mind, was the offensive unselfishness. This was a team, as you mentioned, Clark, that finished in the top 5 in assists per game. So it was the fact that they really shared the ball. They had good ball movement and a good plan of attack all season long.
Celtics passing it around. Terry kicks to Bradley. Rondo. He feeds it to Sullinger. Here's Bradley. Gets it to go. Bradley's got 6 here in this quarter.
They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense. That's a good strategy when you're on top.
Clark dishes to Ilyasova. His three-pointer's off the mark. Celtics leading by 10.
Good idea. Hold on to the ball. Take the last shot of the quarter.
Yep. Carving them up inside there, Kevin. I mean, the defense has been vulnerable in there.
Yeah, that's 3 straight field goals in the paint area. That's really good offense.
Here's Clark. 3 seconds left. No good. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Celtics out in front. They lead by 12. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports.
Tune in next Sunday.
As the fourth quarter gets rolling here, let's check out our Sprite Uncontainable game. Let's go to Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Yes, gentlemen, our uncontainable game tonight, Jason Terry. Energy, passion, key plays. He's provided all of them from the bench and done everything you could have asked for a reserve. We'll see what else he can do in the fourth.
Thank you, Doris. And it's almost that secret ingredient we've seen here tonight. He gave them a big-time boost when they needed it.
Yeah, something lit a fire under him, obviously, because as soon as he came in the game, he had a major impact. Maybe he's campaigning for a job in the starting lineup, but either way, he's really something.
Guys, it remains to be seen whether or not he can keep this up going forward, but clearly he's shown the capability of having big performances.
Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. On the court for the Bucks, Clark, he's in at point guard. Ilyasova and Dallenberg down low. Luke Richard and Baamute out there with Ellis. Rondo drives in, dishes it to Wilcox. That's good. And the Celtics lead by 12.
Just too easy. They're getting whatever they want down there.
You said it, Steve. 5 straight field goals inside for him. The defense has to clamp down here.
Here's Clark. Ellis outside. Clock at 6. Over Rondo. Ellis can't get it to go.
Now you had a defender draped all over him. Not really the best shot there.
Well, not the shot you hope for when it's well contested like that.
Here's Wilcox. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. Here's Clark. He's covered by Rondo. There's the bucket. Good.
Boy, every time they drop it in, they do so from close range. Easy baskets.
Yeah, high percentage looks time and time again, guys, and it's paying off in the way they're playing this game. I like their strategy.
Bradley kicks to Wilcox. From the low block. Back to Bradley. The dish to Rondo. Knocks it loose. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Here's Clark. Good D by Rondo. Celtics leading by 12. He kicks it to Bradley. Unloads. Milwaukee with the rebound.
Yeah, that's a low percentage shot right there.
Yeah, it sure is. I mean, he's got to be thinking out there a little better. Make the pass in that situation. Don't force a bad shot.
But they get it back.
Tell you what, it has been all offense all game long.
You know what? This is really fun to watch, guys. I mean, as a coach, though, this is when you want to just harness this energy and bottle it up and ride it all the way.
There's Pierce. That's good on the assist by Rondo. And that's now 18 points for Paul Pierce. Ellis outside. Over Rondo. Shots good by Ellis.
Kind of been their bread and butter here tonight, that mid-range shot.
Yeah, you know, and living by the jump shot so far, they're living luxuriously and lavishly.
The drive by Rondo.
Very porous defense down there by the hoop. He probably should make that one.
Here's Clark, guarded by Bradley. Clark kicks to D'Alembert. And again, it's Milwaukee converted. Celtics leading by 8. Rondo with it. Pass to Bradley. And the pass to Pierce. Back to Bradley. This is to Rondo. 6 to shoot. Off the mark and a bad shot there. The Bucks have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. The drive by Ellis. The kick out to Ilyasova. Knocks down the 3-ball.
Well, they're pulling closer every possession, really playing well now.
Well, they've ratcheted it up a bit here. I mean, expending a lot of energy, but you know what? They're back in it now.
Rondo kicks to Pierce. No good. They had a chance to end the run there.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get too many better looks from that range. The Bucks have not defended well against Green.
He's got 21 points, and 4 of his points have come at the foul line. He's made the most of those opportunities.
Which can't be undervalued, Clark. So many times a game can come down to which team wins the free throw battle.
Brandon Jennings, he's checked in for cool hands. Brandon Bass is checked in for Boston. Terry comes in for Avery Bradley. That one misses. Bucks trail by 6. Here's Ellis. And it's good. Ellis has got 26 points.
Well, he's smart. He's getting good shots, and he's knocking them down.
Rondo passes to Pierce. Gives him the lead pass. Pass. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. And the Celtics lead by 6.
They needed that one. Their lead has been dwindling here.
Well, you know what, Steve? A few good possessions, and you couple that with some stops, they'll be able to pad that lead again.
Jennings for 3. The rebound by Pierce. Celtics leading by 6. Over D'Alembert. Nba2K13 pulls it in. Nba2K13's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Good.
He's starting to pick up his game in this half.
Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, it makes it tough for the defense to chase that ball around when it moves that crisply all over the court.
Yeah, it sure does, Clark. And look at the assist totals. They're piling up. I mean, this has been a nice game execution-wise for this club.
Here's pass, and it's sent back from D'Alembert.
They may have to start looking for some other options because he's really struggling out there.
Here's Ellis, and again, it's Milwaukee converting.
Wow, has he caught fire this quarter, shooting the ball with tremendous confidence.
And here's Rondo. He passes to Terry. Jacks up a 3, and it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. And that's 23 points for Jason Terry. Ellis gets to Jennings. Looking to get it going. Good.
Well done, finishing that one off.
Celtics leading by 3. Now Rondo. Outside, Green. Back to Rondo. He dishes it to Green. Shot clock at 6. Here's Pierce. Rebounded by the Bucks. D'Alembert's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
Right now, he's in a bit of a funk. I'd look for them to look at other options on offense.
That's good. 14 points for Brandon Jennings.
And defensively, you want to keep the ball as far away from the hoop as possible.
Yeah, because he's too good inside, Steve. I mean, he'll make you pay every time in there.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
A lot of turnover on Houston's roster this offseason, and Sam D'Alembert was part of it. He got sent over to the Bucks, who desperately needed a center. And he might just be their man. He gives them a defensive anchor, and he's a good rebounder, too.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
During that break, Coach Rivers had some words for his team. He laid out the X's and O's and told them, we're still alive, guys. We've just got to work together, trust each other, and play our backsides off. Kevin, we'll see if they've got enough in the tank to get over the top.
And the Bucks obviously hoping D'Alembert will be a big factor for them. You know, they've got the scoring at other positions, particularly in the backcourt with Jennings and Monte Ellis. So what they needed more than anything was a defensive anchor. D'Alembert could be that man.
And it's Rondo penetrating. Back to Green. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. 24 points for Jeff Green. Bradley against Ellis. The feed to D'Alembert. Leads him in there. Shot's good from Nba2K13.
Boy, he just battled through that initial impact and somehow willed it in.
Excellent concentration. That's what you like to see.
At the line for 1.
And it's tied up with that one.
You know, when you got the kind of speed the Bucks have in their backcourt, you really want to try to push the tempo a bit, and they did just that with Monte Ellis and Brandon Jennings. They were second in the league in field goal attempts.
D'Alembert with a screen on Bradley. For 3, Ellis. The shot's good. Jennings making the play. Jennings has got assist number 11 for him here tonight. Rondo gets to Green. Back to Rondo. Feeds it to Pierce. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo. Pierce has got 12 points here in the second half. Well, for the Bucks, the problem had always been finding points. Now playing a little quicker. Those two speed merchants in the backcourt attacking more, and they seem to have found, I think, Steve, a little bit of balance.
Well, they've always been a defensive-minded team under Scott Skiles, Kevin, so I think they're looking for that balance. They're looking for that offensive firepower. They've got that quick backcourt you mentioned with Brandon Jennings and Monte Ellis. But can they combine the offense and the defense and make this into a playoff caliber team?
Boston on D. Here's Ellis. And another basket for Milwaukee.
Great display of that mid-range touch right now.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with taking a step in and knocking down a few. I know you were a great marksman from the three-point line, but sometimes people only see the game in threes and layups. But that mid-range game is alive and well here tonight.
Kicks to Jennings. Ilyasova sets a screen for Jennings. Pass to Nba2K13. 6 to shoot. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. Jennings can't get it to go. Celtics trail by 3. The drive by Rondo. He feeds it to Bass. Now the dish to Pierce. Shoots over Jennings. And Rajon Rondo, the basket on the assist by Pierce. Pierce has got 3 assists tonight. Timeout called the Bucks. They're winning by 1. And there's a minute 45 left in the game. Jennings against Rondo. Here is Nba2K13, and it's Bradley with the rebound. Bradley's got 6 rebounds in the game. Shoots over Jennings. Here's Green. Drops in the layup for 2. Green's got 26. Time running low, guys, and somebody has got to win this one.
You know, quite honestly, Kevin and Steve, I mean, this game, as close as it's been, you really hate to see it come to an end.
I agree.
Well, then let's root for overtime. Why not?
And Ilyasova kicks to Ellis. Pocket 4. Over Brandon. Ellis can't get it to go. The Celtics with the lead.
How about that basketball, man? Beautiful. Wow. And not much resistance on that jam.
Yeah, defensively, you're right. Not a great sequence.
Well, they lost track of him, and they paid the price.
Special thanks to Sprite for that sweet replay. Jennings against Rondo. He kicks it to Nba2K13. The pass to Ilyasova. Left side, Jennings. Launches it. Money! A tremendous 3 to tie it up.
Big-time shot. Really clutch.
Now a timeout called by Boston. There's 37 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. Tries from 16. Shot misses. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. Ellis outside. Dishes it to Ilyasova. He passes to Nba2K13. 5 to shoot. Pass to Ellis. Lets it go from 14. It's off. Dallenberg. Oh, no good. Regulation is ended and we're heading to overtime. And we'll get it going after this from the Bradley Center. Well, if you're just joining us, the intensity has really heated up in this one. As we watch this one go now to overtime. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. Setting the floor for the Bucks, Ilyasova and D'Alembert are down low. Brandon Jennings and Monte Ellis comprise the backcourt. And it's Nba2K13 in at the small forward. Back to Green. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
Here's Jennings. He dishes it to Ellis. And that'll be Milwaukee as it goes out of bounds. Bucks retain possession.
A nice play to get a hand on that pass and tip it out of bounds.
I tell you what, guys, if he gets there a fraction earlier, that's a steal.
The feed to Ilyasova. And Nba2K13. 6 on the shot clock. Ellis, guarded by Bradley. Fades away. Ellis can't get it to go.
A tight game here. Neither team has been able to gain an upper hand on the backboards.
Well, both teams really getting after it inside. It's been an interesting battle.
Green kicks to Bradley. Shoots over Jennings. Great D that time from Jennings. Milwaukee's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. Here's D'Alembert. Here's Ilyasova. Gets it to go. Ilyasova's got the first basket here in overtime for the Bucks.
Well, that's what he does. He's going to fight and battle on the offensive glass all night.
Rondo kicks to Pierce. Over Nba2K13. Pierce's shot is good. Pierce has got 22 points. The Bucks shooting one of the high points for them in this game at 54%. 17-foot shot on the way. Ellis can't get it to go. And it's Rondo penetrating. Feeds to Bradley. Shoots over Jennings. And Bradley gets it to go. He's got 20. The Bucks trail. Ellis kicks to Ilyasova. Kicks it to D'Alembert. The Bucks working the ball around. And there's Jennings. That's good on the assist by D'Alembert. And that's now 20 points for Brandon Jennings. Outside Rondo. Pierce. Poked away. Nba2K13 with the steal. Oh, and here we go. Ellis has got it. The fast break chance. Jennings kicks to D'Alembert. Rajon Rondo with the rebound. Rondo's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Pass down low. Ilyasova on him. And finished off by Bass.
You know, once he corralled that rebound, he was in just the right spot to power it back down.
And you could see it coming too, couldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, there's no way that was going to be a simple little putback. He saw the angle and he gave it a little something extra.
Here's Ellis, and it's another Milwaukee shot right there going in.
He's done an outstanding job all game long. Absolutely a great job of finding an opening against the defense.
Now a timeout called by Boston. So it's Boston now. It's Pierce on the wing. The 3. Milwaukee with the rebound. D'Alembert's got 11 rebounds in the game. The drive by Ellis. Outside Jennings. Passes to D'Alembert. Clock at 6. Here is Nba2K13. Cannot hit. Excellent D there from Pierce. Boston trailing. Bradley dishes to Rondo. Gets it to go.
That's a nice job of getting the ball in the paint and burying the shot. That's exactly how it's done.
Jennings kicks to Ilyasova. He feeds it to Nba2K13. Tipped away. Pierce with the steal. Now here's Rondo. Back to Pierce. Nails it. And a big play there to mute the crowd.
Yeah, that one kind of took all of the life out of him there, Kevin.
Kind of quieted the voices in here, didn't it?
Here's the dish to Ilyasova. He kicks to Jennings. The pass to Ellis. Over Rondo. It falls. And what a sensational bucket to bring them within one.
And my goodness, that one got them going.
Did it ever. They're on cloud nine.
What an atmosphere in here. This is incredible.
Dishes it to Pierce. Open look. Again, Pierce missing.
Boy, he should have made that one. He had plenty of cushion between himself and the defender.
Timeout called the Bucks. They trail by one. We've got 22 seconds left in the first overtime. Action has been terrific. What's your take, guys?
No need to rush things, although I think you do want to get a shot off in time to the point where if you miss it, you got a shot in an offensive rebound.
Well, if you got a play in your quiver that gets you a good shot, one you've been saving all game, now's the time to use it.
Jennings kicks to D'Alembert. Ellis right side. He passes to Nba2K13. A fader. Can't cash in. And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Yeah, no question, the right call at this point. You can't let them just dribble it out.
That's right. I mean, you got to send them to the line and hope for a few misses.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. They're in front by one. 2 seconds left to play in the first overtime. And now they decide to foul intentionally. Good on the first, and that will put them up by 2. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
Absolutely deadly from the line. Now they have no choice but to look for the 3 here.
And so it's Boston scraping by with the win. You know, Clark, they couldn't put him away in regulation, but after a